A week and a half ago, a pastor said there was a secret meeting that the government invited many religious leaders to tell them about disclosure, and this is part of what they had to say.
You need to prepare your people, and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released. Crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. Very strange reptilian-looking creatures, and other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book.
You heard that right, and he said a lot more. Stay tuned. Peace and love, family. Peace and love is yours truly, the mind of Bazel. And as you saw in the intro, popular pastor Perry Stone has come out saying some really interesting things, saying that the government has brought together many church leaders from around the world to tell them that disclosure is coming. And when that disclosure comes, there are going to be a certain type of disruptions. You guys can probably already assume. As you see, it also mentioned some reptilian beings. Unless you've been living under a rock, if you're part of my channel, you're probably already hip to some of these reptilian beings known as the Draco or the other reptilians that have been living here on the planet Earth underground. Now, the first thing that put this on my radar was a popular TikTok video, which I'll let you see right here.
A bunch of religious leaders online are claiming the government has invited them to top secret meetings where they're warning them to prepare their church members that there's major news coming involving interdimensional aliens. Some of these people are claiming this information will reveal a darkly spiritual reality that aligns with biblical prophecies of a great deception. Here's what they're saying. There were a large number of pastors that had been invited to go to a certain state to hear some men in the United States government to hear concerns they had. There's going to be a release concerning aliens and unidentified flying object spacecraft. We had a sitting congressman called into that meeting for pastors, and he said, "Are the pastors listening to me? Go ahead and tell the church they are not ready for what's coming. They are preparing to tell us they are from another dimension and they are our creator. The aliens created us, apparently." Going on to say what will be done and said in the meetings will not just affect 5 to 10 people, it will affect millions. Remember, J.D. Vance recently said he doesn't think they're aliens, he thinks they're actually demons. These are the people running our country right now. But I don't care about aliens or demons or any of that. I care about ending the Iran war and holding Epstein's clients accountable.
Now, after watching that video, I was like, okay, I got to look into this and see what's going on. And then I came across this Perry Stone video. As I said, he said a lot of interesting things. I'm not going to pepper it too much. I'm going to let you guys check out all the poignant points of the video. If you want to check out the whole video, you can just type in Perry Stone on YouTube. But I went ahead and chopped it up and gave you all of the highlights so you can hear what was said and the concerns that the government had about disclosure as it relates to religion. Go ahead and check this out, then we'll talk after.
I had a friend that sent me a text message. I was in a meeting, a weekend meeting, preaching Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning. And he said, "Perry, can you give me a call? I have some information that has come to my attention." And I'm not going to go into great detail, but there were a large number of pastors that had been invited to go to a certain state to hear some men in the United States government and others share with them a concern that they had. And this particular man, and I'll not name him, he said, "Perry, what they're about to release, from what we're hearing, there's going to be a release concerning aliens and concerning unidentified flying object spacecraft that some of the people who were in the meeting were telling us as pastors, you need to prepare your people and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released." And some of it has to do with crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. very strange reptilian-looking creatures, and other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book. And so here's what he was sharing with me. We discussed a little bit, what are these things that are appearing? Steven Spielberg is about to do a movie, and he's basing it on some of what I've been told, the information that he's come across, that he's had research presented to him. So it's like a sci-fi movie, but it's not a sci-fi movie. But here's what I want to tell you. According to the men who were present, who have the information, they said to these pastors, you're going to have two responses more than likely when all this information is eventually released. Now, I don't know what the total information is. I know a little bit about what it's about, but apparently whatever this is very serious. And number one, you're going to have people who are going to say, if there are galaxies and there are allegedly other creations in the galaxies, then the whole creation story is a myth. And you're going to have people that's going to apostatize and turn from the Christian faith because they have no answer for what they're about to hear. Then they said the opposite will be. There will be a group of people who are not followers of Christ, are not followers of the Bible, and they're going to freak out, and they're going to come to pastors, ministers, and teachers and say, what is this? Is this really real? Now, my son thinks that a lot of this is going to be government fabrications to eventually, over time, explain away disappearances. Now, you know, this is not a movie. There's like 11 scientists that all have one thing in common. I'll let you research this, that have disappeared. They've just disappeared. What's happened to them? Have they all decided to go in hiding? Have they all decided to go into some underground government bunker? Nobody knows what's happened to them. They've just up and disappeared. You see this right here? This picture of this guy going up into the spacecraft, a UFO. There are people who believe, my son believes, and I'm beginning to tend to believe as well, that this information is being presented so that at the return of the Lord, when there is a great disappearance, and if you talk about the rapture, go to 1 Thessalonians 4, 16 through 17. Well, it doesn't say rapture there. Yes, it says caught up to meet the Lord in the air, harpazo.
Yeah, man. You know, to me, that was just quite an alignment. You know, I had just done a video on the rapture, and I'd also just done a video on the missing scientists, which both things were mentioned in there. And it feels like everything's just coming to a head now. And this is a time in the world that many of us in the conscious and spiritual community have been waiting on, for everything that's been sitting below the surface to finally rise to the top and everything be out in the open, so we can finally move forward in honesty and start to build and create this heaven on earth. If you found this video interesting and want more videos like it, go ahead and share this with somebody and comment. And if you want to join with like minds such as myself and others, I have created a new community for you to do so. All you got to do is comment Skool or hit the link in the description and you can go ahead and join. Much love to everybody out there. I appreciate the support. Peace. My raw, unheat treated crystal necklaces are back in stock. These necklaces are charged by a true talisman amulet of power created by a monk who reached enlightenment in Thailand. They're available now. Send me a DM. Hello everybody, I'm the Mind of Bazel. If you wanted to study with me but it's too expensive, today's your lucky day. I created the Bazel Academy on Skool for only $8 a month for the next 3 months, where you get exclusive spiritual content that details how to grow spiritually and ascend, meditative techniques, and so much more. New videos are uploaded weekly. If you're interested in joining, DM Skool and I'll send you a link right now. Or you can click the link in my bio. Peace.